The forest is no longer hiding them. It is showing them something. A hidden station, a secret order, a sky burning beyond the trees, a moon split apart. And now, from the glowing edge of dire wood, another witness emerges with the same impossible story. He ran from a war that was not there. He saw a world inside the world, and whatever followed him may have reached the camp. Welcome back to the Dark Razor Chronicles streamcast. This is Season 6, Episode 3, The World Behind the Wood. As Oathsworn continues, the dangers in Direwood are becoming harder to explain away as omen, exhaustion, or chance. What first seemed like strange disturbances in the forest are beginning to take on structure. There are old routes hidden under the land, secret duties bound to forgotten forces, and visions that now feel less symbolic and more invasive. This episode opens with questions about Direth Station, the South Blades, and the old systems still operating beneath the world the company thinks it knows. But before those answers can settle, the forest shifts again. A new arrival stumbles into camp. The hunt may still be behind them, but something much larger is now all around them. I'm Mike Carmel, and this is the Dark Razor Chronicles streamcast.
Stand back, elf, or feel my wrath.
It's the first time DagGar has spoken in front of them. Cair stumbles into the bushes. Sharael shoves DagGar's blade away.
No, I'm not injured.
Her voice cracks with anguish, but she offers no more explanation. Shawn kneels beside her, trying to help her sit up. She resists, sobbing uncontrollably. DagGar sheathes Cairus with a shrug.
Meh, nothing wrong with her.
Cullen, Avon. Cair struggles to his feet, still muttering curses. I kneel beside Sharael. What's wrong?
It's my fault.
She whispers, her words like a blade to my chest. I look skyward, but the canopy blocks everything. No burning sky, no shattered Luna. Sharael refuses to speak further. I hold her as she trembles against me, her sobs slowing but not ceasing. Shawn fidgets nearby, concern etched into his face. Cair and Shawn exchange quiet words, but I can hear them.
Tell me more.
There's not much else. The vision showed the world burning, Luna falling. That was it.
And the door? You said there were words.
Nodding, Shawn says.
Yes. It read, Direth Station cooling ring.
Cair's eyes widen.
You know it?
Cair answers, stepping closer.
I know of it.
Squatting down to face Sharael, he says,
Your Magus, if nothing ails you, we should continue.
Sharael nods. I help her to her feet. Shawn's concern is palpable, his hands outstretched to help, but he doesn't close the gap.
Dia, tell me what's wrong.
Sharael meets his gaze, her voice strained.
All is not as it seems, Shawn.
A prophecy then? A riddle of the future?
She doesn't answer, letting him draw his own conclusions, perhaps deliberately misleading him. I turn to Cair. You know of Direth Station?
I think so.
He says, his tone shifting into that of General Alosis.
It's an elfin secret, First Parthis. I don't speak of it lightly. That you're the chosen consort of the Razor is the only reason I'll divulge this. Direth Station is part of an ancient network of tunnels built during the age of Graphion.
Tunnels to where? I ask.
They span the entire island, from the northern coast to the southern. They're maintained by the South Blades, an elite elfin force.
And their purpose? Cair hesitates.
The Blades have special duties.
Sharael interrupts.
You speak of Etherson Highlight.
Cair's disbelief is immediate.
Yes, your Magus. But how do you—
Sharael's face hardens, offering no answer.
Of course, your Magus. Forgive me.
Forgiveness? Cair is asking Sharael for forgiveness?
The South Blades are the Circle's elite unit.
Cair continues. An elfin unit under the Circle's authority, I press. Cair hesitates again before nodding.
Yes, First Parthis. They would be under your command.
A revelation stuns me. I wasn't asking if they were mine to command, just seeking the truth. But now I understand. I nod slowly. And what is their purpose?
That I'm unsure of.
Cair admits. Sharael speaks again.
I believe they serve a spell mage.
A spell mage, I ask, my gaze flicking to Cair. He nods, though I can see curiosity burning in his eyes at Sharael's knowledge. Are these tunnels an option for us? I ask, to evade those who pursue us?
Perhaps, but I'd prefer not. Etherson's people are territorial. They might attack before they realize who we are.
I agree. They have top priority duties and will be fanatical in carrying them out.
I nod. If we're ready, we should get moving. We've lingered here too long. Sharael says nothing, but both Cair and Shawn nod. DagGar hops onto my pack, and Cair eyes him warily. Sharael places a hand on my chest.
I need a few words with you.
Cair notices and signals Shawn to move ahead. I lower my voice. What is it?
I know nothing of Etherson. He didn't exist in my memory until now. I can't explain it. I know the South Blades. I even awarded Cair Trayson commendations for her duties 12 years ago. But Etherson? His name didn't exist for me until now.
Cair hisses impatiently, signaling for us to move. I think for a moment before replying. Let's keep this between us. We don't need to give anyone more reason to doubt us. I leave Cair's name unspoken, but Sharael nods, understanding. Cair leads us on. Shawn hesitates, allowing us to pass, and we fall into line. Sharael walks ahead, wiping her face with her sleeve, but offering no further explanation. There's not much to trudging through woods on a trail. I've done it all my life. We walk in silence, keeping our location hidden from anyone who might still be tracking us, careful of the scuffs and marks we leave behind, though this trail doesn't seem to hold them easily. We stop only for relief and food. Water is taken on the move. By late evening, there's some truth to the orange glow Shawn spoke of in the south. It's not rivers of fire or burning landscapes, but a glow on the horizon that shouldn't be there. A city on fire might cause such a thing, but La Rose is behind us, and surely that blaze has been quenched by now. The thought stings. So many lives affected by our actions. We didn't start that fire directly, but the fault still lies with us, for we brought the razor to La Rose. We reach another clearing, the third today. Cair signals us to stop and inspects the ground. The earth is bare and packed, just like the path, yet there are no tracks, animal or humanoid.
I'll backtrack to check if we're being followed. Maybe we can have a fire tonight. Shawn, gather firewood while I'm gone.
Then he vanishes into the trees. I watch Sharael. She avoids my gaze, focusing on the ground. When I reach for her pack, she notices. I motion my intent, and she shrugs it off, letting the weight fall. She sits on it, distant, and I drop mine nearby. Shawn sets his pack down and begins his assigned task. I crouch in front of Sharael, but she refuses to meet my eyes. I crook a finger under her chin, lifting it gently. She shivers, not from the cold, but something else. Her thoughts weigh heavy, though she still won't speak. She turns her head, pushing my hand away. I step back, giving her space. "DagGar," I say, breaking the tension. "You've been so quiet I almost forgot you talk. Did you get the reaction from Cair you wanted?"
It would have been better with hot soup, but his roll in the bushes was pretty funny.
I chuckle, settling on my pack. Picking up DagGar, I place him in my lap, stroking his soft tortoiseshell back. Together, we watch Shawn make 3 trips for firewood. He's gathered a good pile. Much of it is damp, but there's enough dry kindling to make a go of it if Cair's news is good. We eat cold travel biscuits, jerk, and some dried fruit I can't place, white and yellow, sweet but unfamiliar. When Shawn signals someone approaching, we take positions at the clearing's edge, unsure if it's Cair or something else. Cair steps into view, nodding, perhaps at our readiness.
I saw nothing, except that.
He points south, toward the sky beyond the trees, and beckons us forward. An orange band stretches across the horizon, broader and brighter than before. We stand together, staring at it. It doesn't look like a forest fire. The sky remains clear, no smoke, no rising embers. Shawn frowns, visibly troubled.
It doesn't match what I saw.
"Do you think it's related to Shawn's vision?" I ask.
No.
Cair says flatly.
I climbed some rocks to get a better look. It's just a band in the sky. Doesn't seem to extend beyond the forest. Maybe it's some effect of the woods.
The woods?
I can only speculate.
Cair glances at Sharael.
Unless someone else has an explanation.
His tone is accusatory, and I don't blame him. Sharael knows something. DagGar rubs against Cair's leg, making him jump, his hand flying to his sword.
"Gods damn you, Kitty!"
Cair yells, too loud. Even Shawn cracks a smile. Cair's sword is half drawn, his face flushed with anger.
"One more time, Kitty, or whatever you are, and you'll be someone's mittens."
DagGar, unfazed, wanders over to me, rubbing against my leg like an ordinary cat. "Come on, DagGar," I say, picking him up. Cair exhales, his frustration easing.
"What is that thing?"
He asks, the heat gone from his voice. I shrug. Don't know. I kneel by the pile of wood and start laying a fire. Cair doesn't object, so I set to work. I would have asked Sharael to help as another teaching moment, but she remains distant, still sitting on her pack, not even glancing at the strange orange sky. DagGar sits beside me, watching as I sort the wood. I gather kindling but can't find any old man's beard, the dry moss I favor for starting fires. Some wood is dry, but the rest is damp. I dig for my flint and steel, but when I turn back, DagGar has Kyrus drawn. "You can help with this?" I ask. He says nothing. Kyrus hovers over his head. No glow, no spark. But after a moment, steam rises from the kindling. The damp wood sizzles as the water boils out. There's a pop, then a crackle. Still no flame. A whoosh follows, and the fire catches, spreading through the pile. Heat radiates against my face. Well done, DagGar.
"He has magic."
Cair says flatly. Yes, I reply, glancing over my shoulder, but I leave it at that. It's not my place to explain. I pull wet branches closer to the flames, hoping they'll dry out. We sit around the fire, leaning against our packs. The absence of rain makes the evening pleasant enough, but conversation is sparse. Spirits are low, despite the warmth. The forest glows faintly beyond the fire's reach, that strange orange still lingering. The sky above is dark, except for the widening band of orange light, like a false sunrise from the south. Cair breaks the silence.
Shawn, you watch Hast. I'll take Sestra. First Parthis, you have Angst.
I nod. He doesn't assign Sharael a shift, his charge, his responsibility. DagGar could watch too, but now isn't the time to mention it. I lay out my bedroll near the fire. It's already burned through much of the wood. Someone's added more damp logs. A fire during the night isn't ideal. It ruins night vision and draws attention. But with the strange glow in the woods, visibility is better than usual. Still, I expect we'll let it die once the wood stores burn through. I stretch out beside the fire. DagGar curls up against my chest, purring. I fall asleep to the sound. Something wakes me. I've been half aware of Cair for some time, standing above me, watching. He nudges my shoulder with his boot. I open my eyes, and he nods. My head rests on a soft, furry pillow. DagGar's purr rumbles beneath me, harsh and wet, like a lung sickness. I sit up, stretching. Cair has nothing to report from his watch. The orange band in the southern sky has grown, now nearly overhead. I fasten my sword belt and take over the watch, wondering what this strange sky means. It's a damp, chilly morning. Dawn creeps in, but the orange glow remains strong. I leave the camp, following Magi's Pass a short distance to scout and take care of necessities. The woods glow softly, illuminating the plants and trees in vivid detail. It's a marvel how much more is revealed. I take my time, seeing nothing of concern. When I return, Sharael is awake, sitting up. Perhaps now she'll talk. A crack, a branch snapping, echoes from beyond the camp. Heavy footfalls thud through the woods, fast and purposeful. My heart races. It brings me back to the 2 orcs Sharael and I encountered. I scan the forest, searching for the source, but at first, nothing moves. DagGar stretches, rising to his feet. Cair is already sitting up, alert. He nudges Shawn, who wakes quickly, and we all rise, scanning the trees. I draw the razor, careful to keep its thrum muted between my fingers. A figure stumbles through the woods, a bulky, orange-lit figure lumbering toward us. It shields its eyes with one hand. We spread out, forming a semicircle, weapons drawn, as the figure closes in.
Who goes there?
Cair calls. No response. Cair calls again, louder, but the figure barrels forward. The orange hue sharpens and a dwarf bursts through the trees. For a moment, I think it's Arkan, but there's no resemblance beyond his stature. He staggers to a stop in the clearing, breath heaving, his hand still shielding his eyes. He hasn't seen us yet. Then sensing us, his hand is down and he's shouting.
Away, foul creatures!
Reaching for the massive double-headed axe on his back.
We're not of the wood,
Shawn yells. The dwarf swings its axe wide in a defensive arc, wild but powerful.
Calm down, dwarf.
Cair adds, though we've all stepped back far enough to lessen our threat. The dwarf doesn't hear. Panic clouds his senses. He swings again, stepping forward, wide arcs that force us back further. He shouts again in a thick, rolling accent.
Away, foul creatures!
Sharael lowers her weapon.
Farthen, you're among friends. Be at ease.
The dwarf freezes mid-swing and lowers his hand. Did he hear his name? He blinks, his breathing ragged, and then throws back his head with a booming laugh.
Ha ha ha! You're all as foolish as I am. Always warned off the woods, but I had to make haste.
I lower the razor but keep it in hand. His gaze flickers to it, narrowing slightly before moving on. I want to offer my hand, but I hesitate. Farthen is oath-sworn, and Cair blames the Avens for the death of Farthen's wife. Shawn steps forward first. Extending his hand, he says.
Shawn larned.
Farthen grabs it, now holding his axe in the other hand.
Larned, eh? Mikri's boy.
He was my ancestor, sir.
Of course. Farthen Feltlen, at your service. None of that sir business, you understand.
His deep, fatherly voice carries an easy authority. He turns to Cair next.
And you, Olos's boy. I remember when you were but a sapling at your father's side.
General Cair Olosis,
Cair says, his tone clipped, trying to assert his importance. He offers his hand, and Farthen shakes it with a hearty grip.
Good to see you again, General.
Farthen says warmly. Then his eyes fall on me.
And you? A far side, then? You don't look much like one.
My mouth goes dry. I sense Sharael shifting beside me, ready to speak. But this truth has to come from me. Cullen Avon, I say, extending my hand. The air stills. Farthen's brow furrows, his eyes hardening. His voice drops low.
Avon, eh? Descendant of Lobius.
I nod. His stern expression softens.
He was a good friend.
Farthen says, gripping my hand tightly. The tension between us eases. Then he turns to Sharael.
And you, lass, a far side?
She steps forward, voice soft but commanding.
No, Farthen. It is I, Sharael.
She speaks her name with that strange emphasis the others have used, though I still don't understand when to use it. Farthen gasps. His axe clatters to the ground as he drops to his knees, 4 fingers pressed flat against his forehead, then his heart.
No, dear. I didn't recognize you. Please forgive me.
He bows his head deeply. Dia. Again with Dia. I need to understand what that means. Farthen continues, his voice trembling.
It's been nearly 100 years. I thought I'd never see you again.
There is nothing to forgive, Farthen. You've answered the call of duty. Rise, oath-sworn, one of the original 5. You should be honored among your peers, not kneeling before me.
Farthen stands, grunting as he does, his eyes lowered. He fumbles with a pouch at his waist, pulling out an amulet glowing with the fierce red of the calling. He lifts it to her, bowing his head again.
I have come, dear.
And you are welcomed back into our ranks,
Sharael says. Farthen looks both surprised and relieved.
It's good to see you, old friend.
Sharael offers him a small, warm smile.
It is very good to see you, too.
His face brightens and he chuckles, gesturing at her garb.
And look at you, all dressed for the woods. Didn't think I'd ever see the day.
There's warmth in his voice, perhaps a private joke.
You know him? 1.
Cair asks, incredulous.
Of course. I knew all the original 5. Your father as well, as you know.
I study Farthen more closely. He doesn't look like the dwarves I've met before. His leathery face is covered in scratches, cuts, and bruises. He's nearly Sharael's height, but twice her width, all muscle and bulk. Thick brown hair spills down his back, his beard reaching his belt, both tangled with twigs, leaves, and burrs, evidence of his time in the woods. His massive double-headed axe gleams as he picks it up. The handle, a deep red, is as thick as my wrist. He wears scaled handguards and a scale mail shirt, each piece engraved with intricate patterns. A thin gold band wraps around his head, mostly hidden by his hair, adorned with small points along one side. 4 or 5, it's hard to tell, but enough to mark him as a lord.
Please, dear, there's no time for pleasantries. I made haste for a reason, something urgent.
Speak then.
Sharael says, her demeanor shifting. She's no longer the quiet, conflicted woman. Now she's commanding, regal. Farthen's breath comes fast, unsteady.
There is something wrong with the woods, dear. Something terrible.
He takes a few shallow gulps of air, shoulders rising and falling.
2 days ago, I entered Direth. I climbed a spire, small, but enough to get a better lay of the land. See if I could find paths, smoke, something. Took longer than I thought. By the time I reached the top, it was nearly dark.
His fingers twitch, restless.
I figured best to stay put. No sense exhausting myself. When I woke, dear, I know this will sound impossible, but I was in another world.
His eyes flicker with something unreadable.
It was bright, and in the distance,
He struggles for breath.
some kind of battle, explosions, flames, launching into the sky.
He grips his knees, voice raw.
But the worst thing,
His breath hitches,
Luna,
his voice barely above a whisper.
split in two.
Silence. His hands clench, knuckles white.
I couldn't look away. Just sat there, frozen, watching.
He shakes his head, jaw tight.
But I knew it wasn't real. It was a vision. Had to be. Something sent to me for reasons I can't even begin to guess.
Another quick breath. He shifts, flexing his fingers.
It felt endless. Maybe an hour, maybe more. Then I forced myself to move. Had to keep going. Had to get down that rock and find you.
His next words come in a rush.
I started climbing, and then, just like that, it was gone. The vision.
A rough swallow. His eyes dart to hers.
I was back. The Direth I recognized. The battle, the sky, Luna, gone.
He exhales, long and unsteady.
I couldn't make sense of it, so I climbed back up. Just one handhold, one step.
He shudders.
And it pulled me under again.
His fingers curl into fists.
That other world, just like before.
He drags a hand through his hair.
I got this sudden, crazy feeling that if I stayed too long, it would swallow me. I was hanging there, mid-climb, staring at that burning world. And then
His voice drops.
I heard it.
A sharp inhale.
Sound. I don't know from where, but it was real. I felt something shifting, twisting.
His hands tremble.
I panicked, started climbing down fast, reckless. Took a few handholds before it finally let me go.
He exhales, steadying himself.
When I touched the ground, I kept moving. The amulet was leading me again.
His breath quickens.
That night I went to sleep, and when I woke, I was back there, in that world.
His voice cracks.
The war was still raging, but now on the forest floor. Creatures fleeing past me, running for their lives. I watched just for a moment, just long enough to see it was moving toward me.
He clenches his jaw.
And then I ran too.
A pause. His shoulders rise and fall with the weight of his breath.
I checked my heading with the amulet, but the pointer was gone. The gem was faded.
He exhales sharply.
That's when I discovered this was a vision, not some shift between worlds. Because the place I walked wasn't the place I saw.
He rubs a hand across his face.
Strange way to put it, I know, but dear, as my bleeding nose can attest, it was exactly that.
His voice turns hoarse.
The things that were permanent, they were real. Rock, mostly, but trees, bushes, paths, they didn't match.
His hands tighten.
I ran headlong into my first tree. Couldn't even see it. After that, I started feeling my way forward. But it was slow, exhausting. I could only see one world, but I could feel another. But eventually, I got out of it.
He shakes his head.
It happened again this morning. The pointer gone. The world shifting. The forest crawling with creatures, some I've never seen before.
A sharp breath. His eyes widen slightly.
Centaurs, dear. Of all things, centaurs.
His expression hardens.
I kept moving even as they ran past, and then I was engulfed in flames.
His voice lowers.
They weren't real, but I could see nothing. For hours, walking blind, questioning every step.
His hands tighten into fists.
So I shaded my eyes. I stopped looking, stopped trying to make sense of it, and trusted my feet instead.
A final, shaky breath.
Dear, it was right behind me as I stepped into this clearing.
Sharael's face slackens, her gaze locking onto the forest beyond. Farthen sees it too.
We've moved beyond an ominous forest. Direwood is no longer merely hostile. It is beginning to alter the shape of things. Quietly, precisely, as though the world itself can be unmade in layers. Paths disappear. Others emerge without origin. Echoes of conflict move through the trees, not as memory, but as something unresolved. Creatures appear where they do not belong, and what enters the forest does not always leave unchanged. Even so, some endure, some return, wounded, disoriented, but unbroken. Season 6, Episode 3. The World Behind the Wood. It makes one thing clear. Direwood is not uncertain. It is deliberate, and whatever lies beneath it is neither distant nor dormant. Rest when you can. Watch your footing, and take care. There are things here that do not need to be seen to do harm.